Okay, so we're hitting live here. I believe all the students are logged in.
Okay, so we good? Is it starting?
Why don't you do a mic check?
Good. Got a sound test, 1, 2. Fantastic. Hey, you might want to be careful with feedback on that.
Yeah, I'm actually going to just turn it off.
Yeah, good. All right, welcome back. You guys have had lunch and a few more classes. We've got afternoon portion of the assembly. We're going to be talking about the house system, which is new to Daechi this semester. And then after I talk about that, Ms. Tina is going to come on and explain our clubs. We have a bunch of amazing offers this semester in terms of clubs. First, talk about our house system. Our house system is made of 4 houses, S, P, A, and D. You're in one of these houses. They are, you may have noticed that they're not grouped by your grade. We have 2 house leaders each. These are your teachers in that house. Those teachers will be available to you for anything that you may need. The houses are multi-grade, which means that each house will have some students from every grade in it. And the houses have been balanced, or we've tried to balance them. So each house should have some new students, some old students, some boys, some girls, some older students age-wise, some younger students age-wise. That way we have good variety there. You might notice that your house is east or west, specifically if you're in house P or house D, I believe. They're part of the larger house. So if you're in D East or you're in D West, you're still just part of house D. These are divisions that we're having to do only because of classroom size. Because of coronavirus, we can't fit, we can't fit a full house into some of our classes. We need to make sure that we're socially distanced. So during this semester at least, we will be splitting up some of the houses into 2 smaller ones so that in the morning we can take care of each student like that. If this is the case, then one of the teachers from one of the 2 leaders of your house will be with you in East or West. After the semester, if we're lucky, maybe we'll be able to remerge these houses. What does your house provide? First, they provide a sense of community. It's a small school. We've talked about it a little before, and because of that, you don't have as much variety that you would get in a larger school or a public school in terms of who you can meet and what you can be part of there. And the house system is designed to provide a little bit of that for you. Next, they're offering competition. We have a PE. We have PE this time. We've got a coach on staff. We did some competitions last time, but now you're part of a group for that competition. So we're going to be competing against each other. We're going to be building up. We're going to have some larger and more organized competitions between the houses as well. Most importantly, though, they offer you friends and mentors. Like I said before, we're a small school. Before, if you were in your grade and you didn't necessarily have a close friend in your grade, you might have a lot of classes with that grade. You might have homeroom with that grade and lunch with that grade. And kind of you get stuck with the same people all the time. House is another group of people where you can meet friends. Being multi-grade, it's especially important for mentors. If you're having difficulty in one of your classes, there are going to be older people in your house that may have already gone through those classes. They may have already dealt with some of the teachers you've had to deal with. Maybe they'll be available to you there, or at least they'd be more available to you than they would have been if we were divided by grade. So when does our house meet? Well, our houses meet each morning. Your house is where you go to for your morning announcements. We meet on house building days. These are coming up 4 times a semester. We're going to have these, like I said, they're just 4 times a semester, but we're going to have them instead of club on those days. And they'll be for team building or asset building, things where we can enrich our house, or we can enrich our connections between our house. And for the house games, big event again, COVID pending exactly how we're going to do it, but hopefully we can be creative, and we can find some safe and exciting ways to build this up. At the end of Spirit Week each semester, we're going to have a big game day with full events and everything like that for earning some house points. And there we go. What do we earn? Well, we can earn 2 things with our house. First, you can earn marks, or you can earn points. What are marks and points? Let's get into those. Marks. Marks are bad. You don't want them. When we make a careless mistake or break a small rule, that's when we get a mark. Prime example of this, which I've seen a lot of today, would be untucking your shirts, small dress code violations. These would get a mark against your house the first time you do them. You don't want marks against your house. Marks are a bad thing. Now, it's the good thing about not having marks, that you get a weekly reward for the fewest. Marks, I'm telling you now, marks are mostly going to be coming from dress code violations. And the great thing is that weekly, the reward for the fewest remarks is an out of uniform day. So each week, the house that has the fewest marks will get 1 day of the next week where they can come to school out of uniform. And the great thing about marks is that they reset each week. So after that week's over, then we get a fresh start for the next week. Now we're on to points. Points are good. They're earned for excellence. We get awards for the most points. At the end of the semester, we're going to have an award, and at the end of the school year, we're going to have an award. And they accumulate all year. Great. Now, in terms of house, one of the most important things that we do with house each morning is your house teacher's job is to make sure that you are ready for the school day here. So if there's anything that you're missing or that you're lacking, check in with them on. During house in the morning, if you're having some dress code issues, if you're having some other problems, then that may be a time where you'll need to come see me as well. So with that done, I would love to pass it over to Miss Tina for clubs. Tina?
Hello. Okay, I'm here to tell you about a very important part of our school life, which is clubs. Okay, from this semester, we have more than 20 clubs for you to choose. Okay, and from today, you can start to sign up for clubs, and the sign up will be available until next Thursday, 4 p.m. Okay, September 16th. So make sure, don't miss the date. Okay, if you did not register for clubs, then you might be put into random clubs by me. Okay, so this semester, there is a little bit difference from last semester. So this semester, we have clubs from Monday through Thursday. Okay, there is no clubs on Friday, which means you can go home early on Friday. Okay, as long as you finish your 6th period on Friday, you're free to go. Okay, from Monday to Thursday, each student has to pick at least 3 clubs. So you can have at most 4 clubs. You can also have only 3 clubs. And at least 2 clubs should be teachers-led clubs, which means the list you can see on the Google Classroom. Okay, I will show the list later. Okay, and if you want to create your own clubs, I will mention about student-run clubs later on. Okay, and clubs will start from next Monday. Okay, from next Monday, you still have chance to change clubs or add or drop. So next week, if you go to your clubs and then you feel like you want to still make some changes, make sure you revise or edit your response on the Google form before next Thursday. Okay. If you miss out the day, then you might be placed randomly by me. Okay. And this semester, there will be no clubs during the midterm week or final week or the parent-teacher conference week. Okay, but a week before midterm and a week before final, we will still be having clubs. Okay, so please make sure you sign up for clubs from today, okay, and then no later than next Thursday, 4 p.m. And most of the clubs, they're a semester long, okay, so you can change clubs from the second semester. But these are the 3 clubs that you are required to stay for a year long, okay? STUCO, Student Government or Student Council, and Yearbook Club, and also Community Service. Okay. So here are the clubs we have this semester, okay? Monday, we have Astronomy Club, we have Yearbook, we have Chinese Speech, we have Dance Club, and we also have Magic Club. Okay, Tuesday, we have Student Council, Academic Science Tutoring, Film Club, Art Club, and National Art Honor Society, and also Badminton and Muay Thai Kickboxing Club. Wednesday, we have Community Service, Journalism, Foodie Club, Chamber Music, and Math Tutoring. Okay. Thursday, we have HSK, Basketball, and again, another Badminton Club, Science Forum, and Current Affairs Forum. Okay, so if you see the sign here, there are some clubs that do not offer via Zoom. Okay, they are dance club, badminton club, basketball club, and also Muay Thai kickboxing club. Sorry, I missed the image here. So the 4 clubs that requires you to go to the gym or come to the studio, come to the classroom to dance or to do badminton or to play basketball or kickboxing. And the sign-up sheet is available in your Google Classroom, in your house Google Classroom. So if you go to your house classroom and then go to the clubs folder, you can find the 3 links of the sign-up sheet and club description, which will look like this. Okay, you can scroll down the PDF file. There are details about each club, and some clubs requires you to pay a certain amount of fee. Okay, so for those clubs, you need to pay the fee when you register and by the day the club starts. And some clubs, there are maximum of people that can go. Okay, so if you really want to go to those clubs, make sure you sign up as soon as possible. Okay, and the clubs that charge you money, for example, badminton, basketball, or art club, those club fee will not be refundable. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're sick, you're absent, or you're changing clubs after the registration period. Okay, no, regardless of the reason, the fee will not be refundable. And student-run club. Okay, any student who wants to start your own club, you can get the proposal form also on Google Drive, on Google Classroom, okay, from the house Google Classroom. And if you can find more than 3 students that are interested in the new club you want to create, then you can fill up the form and then submit the form to me. And make sure the deadline is this Friday, 4 p.m. So next week, when we start the club next week, we have enough time to adjust the room and then make arrangement for student-owned clubs. Okay. And each student, you can create one student-owned club, and then you can serve as the student-run club leader. Okay. But you can join other student-owned clubs as a member. There is no limit. But if you want to create your own club, you can only create one each semester. Okay. And then I would like to promote our school SNS. Okay, from this semester, we have created an Instagram account. The account here you can see is Saint Paul Daechi. Okay, so you can find information on our Instagram. And also, most of you have known we have a Kakao ID, which is SPAD1234. If you have questions and would like to contact the administration, you can chat via this account. Okay, but if Miss Irene is busy with the work and she might not be able to respond immediately, and available time will be from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, so if you have some questions that is not so urgent, okay, you can send your question via this Kakao ID. Okay, and now we still have some time left, so I would like you to go to your house Google Classroom and then go to the sign up link, and please read everything carefully, okay, because there are some clubs that are going off campus for activities, and for those clubs they will require you to sign a permission form, okay, and you will find details on this form. If you have like other questions or you would like to know more about the club plans, you can go to the club leaders. You can see the teacher's name on the list, or you can come to me after school today to ask for any information you would like to know. Okay. Okay, so now I will give you 10 minutes to have a look of the club list, the club description, and then 2:35, Mr. Manon will come back. Okay, if you need to use your computers, if you need to use your laptop for this, you can have them out and then have a look of the club description. Okay. Hopefully you have found some clubs that interest you, and you can spend the week maybe talking to your friends to decide the clubs you want to join together. Okay. I have two more things to mention here. The school Kakao ID. Okay, Miss Irene wants the new students. Okay, the new students who just came this semester. She wants the new students to send any message to this Kakao ID SPED 1234. Okay, so she could contact you in the future if there is any information she would like to send out. And also one more thing, today after this assembly, there will be TOEFL placement test. Even if you did not apply for TOEFL class, please still stay for taking the placement test. Okay, so these are the messages from Miss Irene. Okay, and now Mr. Skaggs will take over for more information about the house.
Okay, thank you, Miss Tina. So, all of your house teachers should have given you your handbook by now. If not, they'll be giving them to you at the moment. I want you to go ahead and start taking a look through there. It's a little dense, it's a little long, but it is important that you know this. There's a page in the back for you and your parents. The parents sign the page as well, Mr. Brown? Yes, for you and your parents to sign, and in return, we need those back in by Friday. So please, it's a little bit of homework for this week. Do your reading on that. Most importantly, I would say old students and new ones both make sure that you're reading the expected behaviors and the dress code policy and everything like that. Before the end of today's assembly, I'm going to be coming around house to house to do a dress code check, just to try to make sure that we catch anything that so we don't have to deal with it tomorrow. We don't have an extremely strict dress code. It's a little tight, but we do get a day out of uniform each week if you meet that lowest number of marks, which isn't that hard. There's only 4 houses, so that means like a fourth of the school is going to be out of uniform one day a week. Reminder on COVID procedures. We didn't have a sign up today, but we will get a sign back up. Elevator especially, there is a limit to the elevator, only three people in it at once. That means if you're getting in the elevator and there are more than 3 people in there, then you either wait or take the stairs, please. If you are in there and someone else gets in there and it makes it over 3, then be the responsible one and step out. Or ask the other one too, but easiest thing, just step out. Stairs aren't that bad. The downside is that when it comes time for consequences, if we need to give marks against the house, or if it becomes a repeat issue and we have to give demerits, then that means that everyone that's in that elevator when they come out gets one. That can be pretty detrimental. Let's make sure that we've all joined the Google Classroom for our house. That's very important. That's where your announcements are going to be. If you look in the assignment section, you'll be able to see material and links, important schedules, things like that are going to be going in there. PDF copy of the handbook will be there, for example. Reminder on our Korean language policy. Well, reminder on our language policy, please try your absolute best to keep it in English. That's during lunchtime. That's in the hallways. That's in the class. That's the entire time you're on campus. It needs to stay in English. And I believe that's about it on my list. I'm going to pass this over to Mr. Brown.
Okay, We did it. Welcome and congratulations, St. Paul Daechi students. It's been an absolutely a pleasure on the first day. This does conclude our first day assembly. I do believe that a lot of you have received some great information. I know it's the first day and there's probably some questions that you may have, and always feel free to talk to any of your teachers. Please talk to anyone from administration. Then also feel free to come to contact me. I think that's very important that you have a strong voice. And if you do have something that you're curious about, always feel free to reach out. Also to remember, think about those themes that we talked about. Think about how that's going to play a very important role into this year. So choose your theme wisely. We will announce the theme at the end of Friday as well, and we will try to see where we're going to go to this year. That concludes it for today. It is about 2:40. Mr. Skaggs is going to be going into the classrooms to do a dress code check and to give you a little bit of Q&A with that. School is dismissed at 2:55. That means you are to stay in your classrooms till 2:55. Please sign up for clubs, read the student handbook, spend some time getting to know each other, and we'll see you again tomorrow. And once again, 2:55 is dismissal. So for those that have TOEFL, please stay. And for those that don't, you are free to go home. This is it. This concludes our first day. It's been great. See all of you tomorrow, and hopefully you get some rest. Goodbye.